There you go. Timothy Rush is on, Director of Unemployment Insurance. Good morning, Timothy. How are you?
Good morning, Paul. Doing fine. How are you doing?
Some people want to better themselves. What is it? You can drag a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink.
That's true in some cases. Sometimes you have to put a throttle on them and a bit in their mouth to get them to move.
or one of those shock prods behind them. Look, I was looking at the website here on Mississippi Employment, and I see 49,000, over 49,000 jobs. Is that pretty accurate, Timothy?
Yeah, it changes from time to time because jobs are filled and new orders are placed. I looked at it last night. It was like 50,000, so maybe about 49 this morning.
So that's updated really on a daily basis. So if anybody got on there and let's say they've been there for a couple of weeks ago, they need to go back because you put new stuff on.
Yeah, it's updated daily. Yes.
So how do we look across the state? What's the status of the job market across the state?
I think the job market is pretty solid. I think there's still apprehension for workers to go back to work. In some cases, some businesses have closed, but I'm hearing and from a lot of employers that they have quite a bit of businesses that need workers. I'm hearing from temp staff companies that they can't find enough workers. One of the problems that they're expressing is individuals not being able to pass a drug test after the pre-screening, but that's probably not widespread, but that's something I'm hearing from some of the temp companies.
Yeah, and I wonder how that's going to change or how that's going to be affected after the medical marijuana goes into effect also. It's going to be interesting, and it's something we'll just have to talk about later. But the other part of that is this, that there are rules and regulations as far as receiving and applying for unemployment, and those people who are getting money from taxpayers who are working, and we're glad it's there for a safety basket, but there are some requirements that you have and have not due. And would you spend a couple of moments on that?
Sure. Individuals who are receiving unemployment benefits, they have to meet the eligibility requirements. Of course, under the CARES Act, some of the benefits are more lax in terms of the requirements. Mm-hmm. But normally, individuals who are filing for benefits have to be able and available for work, actively seeking work. Those provisions were waived under the governor's executive order and have been reinstated since August. And so individuals who are filing for benefits have to be able to physically and mentally work and available to accept work and then look for work. The law requires that they have to have at least 3 job search activities, and one of them must be an application in order for them to be eligible for benefits.
The other thing is that we have a lot of people who are still looking for work, and some of them are working part-time, but you can't work part-time and still get the unemployment, can you?
You can in some cases, Paul. There was a earning allowance, again, that expired under the governor's executive order. Mm-hmm. That allowed an individual to earn up to $200 before their unemployment was reduced. It's reverted back to the standard requirement of $40. So an individual who's working less than 35 hours per week and who does not exceed the earning allowance. In Mississippi, the maximum weekly benefit amount is $235, and you're allowed to earn $40 before being deducted. So you add the $40 to the $235, and you come up with $275. So an individual who earns less than $275 gross could receive unemployment benefits and a part-time claim.
Timothy Rush is my guest, Director of Unemployment Insurance at the Employment Office. I don't think there's been a better time ever in the last ever when you start looking at the amount of amenities or the amount of service to help people out there to get a job as far as training is concerned. There's so many things to help lift you up as far as on the education, as far as transportation. There's so many assets out there that if you really want to better yourself, there's never been a better time.
I agree. I mean, I've been with the agency almost 30 years. Of course, most of my stint has been on the unemployment side, but it's co-mingled with reemploying individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't recall in the last 30 years where we've had such an opportunity between the workforce development and reemployment working hand in hand to give people a hand up and a way out, partnering with other state agencies for rehab, for education, community colleges, and Reskill Mississippi, and of course the WIN job centers around the state, and they are there as resources to help people in that community locate a job, prepare for a job, prepare for an interview, and give them a tool to be able to search for jobs 24/7.
Absolutely.
So it's a great time for finding a job.
I do hope there are not a lot of people out there waiting around for that second stimulus check to kind of just stay unemployed a little bit longer, because who knows when that thing is going to happen.
That's true. One of the things that most people, perhaps, I say most people, some people probably are not aware of,
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the statistics. We have approximately 40,000 people who are filing unemployment benefits as of today. As of the end of this calendar year, they will not be eligible for benefits. Either that money will run out or that time will run out. So that's 40,000 people that potentially could be filling those 50,000 jobs that we have out there. The other thing is individuals who may have been laid off due to a lack of work and expect to go into a new benefit year claim. The law requires that they have to have gone back to work since they filed the initial claim and at least earn 8 times their weekly benefit amount. So that means essentially it's better to accept a part-time job, a temporary job, to get some earnings back into the system and enable them to be able to qualify for benefits on a new benefit year claim. So working is the best alternative.
There are so many things, probably more now than ever, as far as all of the stuff that plays into this. The insurance, what's going to happen in Washington as far as the transition there, what goes on with COVID, how much longer we're going to be doing this, the vaccine, unemployment and insurance. All of this stuff is going on. But if you need to get more information, I would imagine it's there on the website, Timothy?
Yes, sir. Website is www.mdes.ms.gov.
We thank you for spending some time, sir.
Been my pleasure, Paul.
You got it. 1,395 new cases, of those in long-term care facilities, 169. Additional deaths, 19. We're now up to 138,791 cases, 3,600